Alright, tonight we got something a little bit different. Got these Harbor Freight Drill Master 4.8 volt cordless do-hickamajig. And of course the batteries are completely dead because this thing's like 10 years old and I've been beating the heck out of it. I found out I've already taken the liberty of losing the screws, every single one of them, so that's good. Found out that it takes AA nickel metal hydride, or what? Nope. Nickel cadmium. Icky. Well, no wonder they went bad. Nickel A. Yeah, no, AA nickel cadmiums. So what I did was I didn't realize they were cadmiums, and I bought me a pack of AA nickel metal hydrides off of the usual Amazon. Like my electronics workbench with all manner of junk on it. That's good. The more junk you got, the more you know what you're doing, or so I say. We were doing all kinds of assembly here, and then all of a sudden stuff just stopped for some sort of plague that went on, and it kind of never restarted very well. Actually, we're back online, and we're building stuff for people. Well, building stuff for ourselves now. We're not building stuff for people anymore most of the time. Yeah, my tomato seeds here. I'm going to get rid of those. In this room also there's a Macintosh. Like not a Macintosh 5 or Plus. Just a Macintosh. And we're going to try to overclock that. I have an idea on how to do it. Everything runs off the same clock, including the video on that thing. But I think I found a sneaky way to get away with it. Alright. 745 degrees, says the iron. In this little monstrosity here. Well, I bet you I gotta turn it up because they probably use that stupid lead-free garbage. Put her up to 860 when I'm running the lead-free horse shit. Oh, it is soldered on these. It's welded and it's soldered. Okay, good. Oh, it came off. Nice. Alright, so the two blacks get soldered together and the two reds get soldered. I wonder why there's... Oh, I betcha for the charge port and for the main hickamajig. This doesn't have any kind of speed control, it's just off and on, this clicky thing. Oh yeah, the power connector just hooks the AC adapter right straight into the batteries. That's probably why they're no good. I mean, I don't think that's any kind of special charger. I think it's just a generic AC adapter. That probably could have been designed a little better. Uh-oh. No. I'll just use my pick. So, of course, once everything kind of shut down, I just use this for my sort of junk throwing table. And, of course, having the concussion after that, the objects kind of lost their permanence. So, stuff that I've left places would just kind of disappear in my brain, but it would still be there. Okay, so we've got alternating positive and negative on that end. So what we can do, let's go get some of them little tabs. I think we're just going to solder it. We'll need 3 tabs. Whoops, no, not the whole bag. Alright, so I got these little nickel tabs here. They're for hooking batteries together. So ironically, I'm not fixing my glasses with them this time. I'm actually using them to hook batteries together like you're supposed to. That's weird. Thought my battery went dead, but it was just a 10-minute mark. Alright. Bench full of junk, meat, soldering iron, and batteries and whatnot. We're going to crank this down to 740. Well, yeah. I always run my iron about 745 for lead solder, because it just seems to be where she wants to ride. It's my Radio Shack iron. It's a Hacko, I think, rebranded or something. It uses their tips. These are really nice iron. I wish they still made these. Well, Radio Shack doesn't sell them anymore. I bought it at the Radio Shack in Cleveland Heights when they were going out of business. Now, the question I have is, can I solder to this without exploding the battery? So far, maybe. Now, what we need to do is hold on to it with my fingers while I'm soldering it. That way I can burn the crap out of my fingers and my doctor can put his kids through college. I also use these, helpful hint, I use these little nickel metal strips to fix my glasses because they hold better than copper does. Okay, yeah, just do it. Not the best operation in the world, but it'll work, I think. Now you're really not supposed to do this with lithiums, but these aren't lithium. These are nickel metal hydride. So to heck with them. But do it anyway. Of course, I soldered up a lithium pack once and nothing bad happened. Of course, they were the shittiest of shitty batteries. Like the cheapest ones I could find. There's no weight to them at all. Now, that battery's getting kind of warm in my hand. I don't like that. Do not short circuit, put into fire, or heat. Whoops. Disassemble or use with other battery types. Observe polarity, standard charge 240 milliamps, for 16 hours. Alright, so these have got to be 4 in series. How did the other ones hook up? Alright, so we got 2 across like that. So we'll do the same thing here. Oh, you know what? Why don't we tape it? Where did my Capcom tape go? Or did I use it all? Oh, I could have swore I had some left. Ooh, ghost peppers. That's cool. About 5 or 6 years ago, I grew a whole bunch of ghost peppers in here. I dried them out. And then I've been using the seeds out of them gradually. They're hot as all heck. Alright, so I had some Kapton tape here. Where the hell did it go? I had like a couple of big old rolls of it. That's the problem with the stupid concussion, is that object permanence is just not there anymore. Usually I know I put things in a certain place and I put them there and then I find them there again later. But it's getting better. But it's like I'll put something somewhere, or I'll just set it down, and it just disappears from the earth permanently. And 6 months later I'll come back and, oh, that's where that went. Where the hell is my Kapton tape? I wasn't using that when I was bashing my head. What the hell happened? So of course this shop ended up being a dump, because naturally, if you don't have any object permanence for anything, it means that if you put something down and you walk away from it, according to your brain, that doesn't exist anymore. I think object permanence is what you called that. Oh, there's the tape. It's on the floor. What the hell's it doing there? Put the electrical tape back where it belongs then. Well, sort of belongs. Belongs more than on the floor anyway. Alright, so in conclusion, don't ever get rear-ended sitting at a red light, because it makes you miserable for God knows how long. Alright. Although it's not nearly as bad as it was 2.5 years ago when it first happened. I just don't like it. Nobody should have to go through that. That's just ungood. Ah, phew. Well, that was a good one. That was a good drum break. Pick yourself up off the side of the road with your elevator bones and your whiplash tones. Members only. Hypnotizers. Move through the room like ambulance drivers. Something, 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 blah, blah, blah. Where it's at, I've got 2 turntables and a microphone. Where it's at. This Scotch tape is really good for getting aphids and whiteflies off of your plants. Alright, let's taper on these ones then too. Make 2 pairs. And hook the pairs together. Then really mess up. There we go. Why do I have emo music in my head all of a sudden? Not elbow music, that's terrible. Well, emo is almost as terrible. Alright, first of all, before we dick the whole thing up, let's make sure it fits inside the hole. That it does. Alright, cool. Okay, so we got a cross here, we got to make a cross over there too. Now it stands up by itself, sort of. I bet this is going to be a huge pain in the dick hole to fit back in there. That's what the ladies say. That make me a battery hickamajig. You know that disclaimer at the beginning of all these videos that says don't real big? Well, yeah, heed that. Don't. Heed my warning. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we can solder through that little hole on the other side. I want to heat the carcass up first a little, well, just did the same way we did before. Blob a whole bunch of solder on the iron and go at her as fast as you can without heating the battery up too much. That's good enough. Enough for a little crappy drill master thing. Okay, now this gets a little more complex because we got to go like that down there, and then up here we got to go the opposite direction on one. Whoops! Oh, there's my tweezers. How the hell they got in there? Whatever. All right, so we got to go across these two. We're gonna mark them? Nope. There we are. Alright, that's good enough. I don't know what evaporating Sharpie marker does to your brain, but mine's already damaged enough. I don't need any worse. Tin both sides of these. Once again, big old blob. Wait a minute. Stick it on there. Flux it up. Take it off. Nice and shiny. Wait a bit. Damn it. You really need a temperature-controlled soldering iron to do this kind of pretty much anything useful. Alright, let me go get another strip. Because I lost the other several when I was dicking around. I think the next project I'd like to do for this drill, for this cordless driver, is make a proper charging circuit. Because I don't think the plug-in that came with it is a proper nickel cadmium or nickel metal hydride charging system. I think it's just a 6 volt or whatever adapter. 1.2, 2.4, 3.6, 4.8. So if you put a 5 volt adapter in, it'll just sort of barely charge up. Always end your sentences with a preposition. It tells people that you're serious about it. Alright, I tin to one side of this here. Nope, not just flux it, actually tin it. Yeah. Get off, jerk. Ouch, that's hot. Oh good, I found it. Let's see how fast these cool. Well, they're on the floor. This moment of not burning the crap out of the floor is brought to you by asbestos. Safe and fun. Oh, this is a completely different nickel tab. I don't know what happened to the one I just had, but now here's another one. So let's tin this one now too. Whoops. Asbestos. Safe, fun, and effective. Ironically, or I don't know, oddly or crookedly or whatever, asbestos is still in a lot of building materials. Let's put the closed side on the positive, the little tab, and open side on the big tab. We'll do that there first. So asbestos is still in a lot of roofing cement, and it's in a lot of other different things. At least in the United States here. They tried to ban it, but between the fireproofing problems and the fact that it's a significantly better fireproofing material than a lot of things are that are on the market nowadays, and it's inert for the most part, except when it hangs out in your lungs for a long time. Schmoo. And it's also very strong. That's why they used it in floor tiles up to like the 80s or so. And the asbestos racket has a very strong political lobby. Actually, it's still used in brake material too. Brake pads, clutches, and all kinds of neat stuff. I don't know how these other countries do without it. Well, I guess they probably have a significantly lower rate of mesothelioma. Mesothelioma. Alright, this is going to burn the shit out of me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I want to get the damn job done. Ow, hot! Okay, you just sit there and... Oh, good. It sat there and did what it was supposed to do. Okay, and these two go on to the positive side. Mesothelioma. Yeah, like funky cold Medina, except mesothelioma. Alright, let's see. Does it do? Or did I burn the shit out of these batteries too much? Oh! It works! Hooray! Oh, I guess there's not really even a backwards. Well, there's a backwards for this if you hook it up when you charge it, but there's not. I mean, the motor just goes two different directions. It's just a simple switch to make it run. Now, of course, now that I've soldered this shit, it won't fit back in there. Yep. Yeah, it's not touching plastic, or it's metal on plastic, or plastic on metal, or plastic on plastic, whatever the hell it is. Anyways, it ain't gonna catch on fire yet. See if I can jam this other side on top of here. Then go find the screws. Good luck. I think it does. Oh, I gotta get the switch-a-majig in here. Oh, it doesn't like that one battery being out of place a little bit. I think it may not like the position of the wiring either. Oh no. Well. Huh. It doesn't like that. Why doesn't it like that? Now take this back up. Flip this over. Stick that side down. Jam this in here as hard as it will. Let's jam this in first. Whoop. Ah, there's no turning it off now because there's no switch. There's just a... Well, this is kind of cool. It's got the little light in there and it works again. There's no main power switch for this thing and there's no battery disconnect. They're just live all the time into the switch. There's a slot down there. There it is. It's in. Now batteries need to go 15 more degrees. I'm going to do this away from the magnifier because this thing just Messing up my depth perception. Come on. Get in there. Almost the right size. Yeah, rotate it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Alright, cool. That goes in. That goes in. That goes in. That's the charge indicator. And well, you really got to mash this stuff in here with it. These people that assemble these things are like getting it exactly as much wire as you need. No more, no less. 2 or 3 people there said, fewer! No, less. Fewer! Nerd. It's less. Yeah. Alright, jam the cover back on it on the other side. Yeah. And I think when we put the screws in there, it'll pull her together. Okay, she works. Oh, kick ass. I like this little screwdriver majig because you know what? Take that little plastic tab thing out of there. I like this little screwdriver majig because it's light, it's small, and it fits into places where other bigger ones don't. Can't take your 1.21 gigawatt DeWalt into places this thing will go into. And then strip the Phillips hickamajig out of the screws. I had a boss who did that. Actually, he ripped the threads out of stuff too. Long time ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. A long time for some. Why would not you go back together? Wire in the way. Oop. I think these batteries are just slightly too big. Maybe they're too big with the solder blobs on the end of them. Shit. Okay, you sit there. You go back in there. Okay, there it's in. I don't want to start ripping the wires off these boards either. These wires are probably fragile because they're not meant to be taken back apart after it's been assembled one time. Aha! Now that I can pull together with the screws. Perfect. Okay. Works. Let me go test the charger on this thing. I'll be right back. Alright, that's weird. Good news though. I think I found all the screws. There might be one missing, but we'll check that at time of assembly. I'm pretty sure that's either all of them or almost all of them. Oh, in case you wonder about this thing, this is an industrial syringe. You see the giant tip on it? I use it for watering plants, putting hydroponic nutrients to plants in measurable quantities. So don't get to thinking any weird ideas about me. I ain't into that stuff. Well, here's a screwdriver. That'll work. Alright. Drop the screws in, see what happens. So I plugged the charger in while I had it in the other room, and it does charge. So that's good. That means that I'm pretty sure we're relatively successful on this thing. Now, as my chemistry teacher once said, an experiment does not succeed or fail unless you perform the experiment incorrectly. The only thing an experiment does is show results. So this experiment shows the results that it is possible to change the batteries in here with AA nickel metal hydrides off of Amazon. Readily obtainable. And those nickel cadmiums that are in there are terrible, by the way. I don't like those at all. Well, I mean, they're nice that they used to be rechargeable batteries, and it was like the only thing we had back in the 80s. My little robot ran on my Robbie Jr. robot from Radio Shack. Had like 8 of those D-cell nickel cadmiums in there. Big old nasty things. It took them about 10 years to start leaking, too. The big old purple Radio Shack batteries. The old ones. Well, not the old ones, but the... I think that was the first rechargeables they started selling. Well, I mean, some of their alkalines were actually pretty good. You could recharge those. I used to do that. You couldn't recharge them a whole lot of times. You could definitely get away with a lot of shit with them things, though. They were better built than they are nowadays. Whoa. Better built than anything is nowadays. Now, these 2 screws are special. I don't think I'll ever find them again, so I should probably gotta put them in and not lose them. There we go. Yep. Okay, there should be. I'll fix it up. It actually runs faster than it used to because these batteries are better. Nickel metal hydrides are better. These are turds. I'm going to take them up the shop, throw them in the burn barrel pile, and wait till the time comes, probably New Year's Eve, chuck them in the burn barrel with a big old wad of thermite and watch them all go up. I got a bunch of batteries for the battery burn barrel. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I got lithiums, nickel cadmiums, nickel metal hydrides, alkalines, zinc carbons, all kinds of crazy shit. Here's another thing I invented. You may or may not see that on a future video. I don't know if I'm going to do a video on them yet because they're not really anything a lot of people would be interested in, but they're going on the market pretty soon because they fill a need. Fulfill, or they take care of stuff to get the job done. Alright, well that'll be all for tonight. Thanks for watching my ugly bench full of crap. I'll see you uns later.